Hi, welcome to me too. My name's Marge. I'm a Hill empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. And today I feel pretty good. I don't look rested because I just came out meditate state. And of course, as soon as I start this, freaking neighbors across the street freaking decide to mow their parents' lawn. The parents are out of town. They're supposed to clean up before they get back, and they'll be back. They've been gone 2 weeks. They're supposed to be back Monday, so now they're obliging. Anyway, what do? You just kind of press on. Uh, it's going to be cold this weekend. I attribute that to more fear, temperature drop. I always equate temperature drops with big old pockets of fear, and everybody knows people are freaking out about. I'm seeing pictures all over freaking every place with just bare and shelves of stuff, and it's just like me and mom ain't tripping. Our freaking days aren't any different, really. And I just keep, story comes up. My mom, check this out. Mom, this is how people are freaking out, And I've been following astrology pretty regular for 3 years, and this is what they've been talking about. You got to get ready. There's big shifts and big changes, and it doesn't say what they're going to be, but you just got to, prepare yourself for whatever's going to happen. And this isn't the first time. 18 years ago, it was September 11, and before that it was the AIDS virus, and before that it was the JFK assassination, and before that it was the bombing of Iwo Jima or Pearl Harbor. No, that one's not right. It was something else before those. Anyway, but if you go back 18 years, when these constellations they tell you that things are going to get dark, low vibrational, and you have a chance to vibe higher, and everybody has their chance. And looking from the position of what I'm seeing on the media outlets and stuff, people aren't taking that chance. They're choosing fear. They're dipping back into their safety zone. Nope, this is good. I don't need to become a better person. I'm just better. I'm just fine. Every man for himself, self-serving, all that freaking crap that people are supposed to be rising above. It's not changing. It hadn't, and it will. I believe that it will. I'm holding out for hope that it will, because I've changed, and I can't. And if I believe that if things have changed in me, and I can think different and act different and choose different choices to advance myself, then other people can. It's just going to take their tower moment. There's something, It's interesting. I often say how the truth comes out, and I found out some truth last night, and people, that's why I try to be full disclosure here. I try to show my warts, my zits, try to show my freaking imperfections, because I'm a human. I'm just a human. It's my spirit. That's what I'm trying to freaking focus on and concentrate. I'm much more of a spiritual being than an earthly being. I always have been. And all that means is I live from my heart. I don't live from my ego. I don't freaking go. It's not my desire to go out and get a freaking job so I can get a good looking woman to stand next to me because I'll buy her stuff. No. That is not my motivation. My motivation is, it's taken me years to find peace, and I found it, and I want to help other people find their peace. And I'm versed in trauma recovery. Not a lot of physical. I've hurt myself. Well, yeah, no, that's not true. Physical, yeah, because of my back. I've learned about it. But I haven't had like serious accidents like I know other people that have had, where they just have to sit in their pain and like feel it. But that's what's happened. People, they're coming into their body. They're coming into their body, and they're freaking themselves out. They're doing it. That's what's so interesting. It's like there's two parters about occasions. There's the instance of which is happening and the reaction to the instant. In the instant, yeah, it sucks. People die. People die of the flu. People die of gunshots. People die of alcoholism. People die of all kinds of reasons. And something else comes up that there's another reason or something else to be fearful of, And then people freaking, no, control. I got to get all the control back. Well, you can't. People are figuring out we got free will, but we don't get to control the way our lives go. We can make choices and pick choices, but how the outcomes come out, we got nothing to do with that. We got nothing to do with that. People are starting to see. They're starting to see. You know, I'm just as busy. I'm business as usual. But there's a lot of other people that are impacted, and I think about how, it's just interesting. It's just all these things that there are people of this earth that should have been doing all this long, this whole entire time, and they got greedy and got freaking selfish, and then went on their own opportunistic way, and now the consequences are happening. They're like, no, like the old man in the movie Cocoon, who didn't believe in any of it, and then when his wife needed it, he freaking believed it, and they done sucked up all the good juice, so there was none left for her. So, but it's just like people don't believe in something until it's right there in their face, and this is the time for in your face. Now is the time. I ain't worried about nothing, Hell, I got tents. Me and Mom go live up on a hill someplace. We'll be all right. I'm versed in outdoor survival. Always have been. But it doesn't even need to come to that. That's what security and self-assurance does to you. That whenever situations like this arise in life, that knowing that you can handle whatever comes up, even if it's hard and painful and it hurts your heart, like if someone does die that you care about, I don't look at death even the way other people do. Death, we're only here for a little while. Our soul families, we're together for all eternity. So somebody, it's not goodbye forever. It's you're gonna miss them for a while until it's your turn, to go to source in the sky, spirit in the sky. I just downloaded that song. I really like that song. So, I'm gonna go out to the supermarket tomorrow and get our food like I regularly do, and we get on with things around here. My world has been small. That it is. I've been placed in a freaking esoteric spiritual bubble for 3 years so I can learn how to freaking keep things away from me that aren't good for me, and to freaking really practice not inviting things into my life that are going to cause low vibrational freaking feelings. I got to stop saying evil and dark, and because there's good stuff that comes from darkness. That's where the seeds begin to grow. It's low vibrational. I listened to a good talk about Sherry Wild, who's the Ozarks Publishing today, and she reminded me of a lot of stuff. We're not alone in this universe. We're not alone in this cosmos. Hell, I'm probably not even alone in this background. There's different vibrational frequency beings that are here. I could talk, and so when people start feeling lonely, they're hanging out with their ego and they're not stepping into their faith. Now they're having an opportunity to get quiet and stay. If they're feared, you stay home, all that stuff. How freaking crappy of a existence is that when every time something scary comes up, people just freaking panic, buy up all the toilet paper, and freaking go home. But they still have to go to work. I'm like, that's just the part that's stupid, Mom, is they're doing all this stuff, but they still have to function in everyday lives, and people are getting creative with their and it's just also unnecessary. That's what this time is about. We're stepping into the dark ages, through the dark ages, so we can step into the light ages, and it's everybody's personal, individual freaking choice to stay down in lower vibrational behavior because you're scared, or freaking find something bigger than yourself to believe in and freaking stand in your power. Mom and I were talking about standing in your power. She's like, I don't even think people know how to stand in your power because there's so many bullies and antagonists in the world. Standing in your power is just like, if I took like people with me, like a camera crew, I wish I could prove all the bullshit that people do to me on a baby. They'll like walk at me at the grocery store, to see if I'm not going to move. You're going to run into me, and they have. I'm like, well, do you got a point you want to prove? And I'll say things like that. Did that work out for you? You all right? Because I won't budge. And then they'll be like, "Gun," and it's like kind of like running into a brick wall, isn't it? And I say these things to people because it's weird how freaking small people behave. It's evident because we see it everywhere we look. It's still weird and hard to freaking watch as it is when we're just supposed to be a society of people that take care of each other. I really, really do see things changing, and I'm very, very excited for that. What else was I? it's just been a going within day. I got to meditate for about an hour today, and I'm just really trying to mind the dip and not get. You know, that's what one of my greatest life lessons and challenges have been, is not let the highs get too high. You know, people call it manicky. I'm not in a real good mood all the time, but when I get in a really good mood, I'm like up here and blah, 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 you know, like that. And my brother just can't stand to be around me. It's like you're like Mom when we were kids and you're manicky. That's what he used to say. We haven't talked in a couple years, but he hasn't really done anything to change his behaviors to act different. So I'm sure he has the same ideology, line of thinking. So, but he's kind of a fearful dude. What are you gonna do? So, standing in your power, that's what I was talking about, standing in your power. That's just like saying, no, I'm not going to put up with your crappy behavior. Oh, and then I was talking about not getting too high and keeping the highs high. And I had a conversation with a significant human being last night. And all it did, I don't even look at it as starting anything again. All I got to look at it as is closing a chapter. You know, she was very fearful of me, and she had the wrong idea about me. I could understand the misunderstandings. That's the thing, is when you want someone to see you as you are. To me, it's important that that they I just didn't want her to be afraid of me. Does that make sense? You know. I didn't want her always looking over her shoulder thinking Marge, and I'm not that. And that's the thing, that's what bothered me, is that I'm not a person of that vibrational behavior, and that, but it was brief, it was pleasant, and it solidified some faith that I had in myself that I needed to do. So I didn't think that she would ever not speak to me again. I knew there would be a day, and then finally the day happened. So for that, I am grateful. Anyway, that's about all I got for now. I gotta get inside and get the DOGs. They're double-eyed, double enter, and maybe I'll do another little thing later, because there's other stuff I wanted to talk about, but there's an awful lot of distractions out this time of day. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.